Smoke Signals. Screenplay by Sherman Alexie and directing by Chris Eyre. Our shot begins after the car crash and talk with Susie about Victor's dad, Arnold. This is the point in the movie where Victor is battling with his internal conflict about how he perceives his dad.
The purpose of these sequence of shots are to show Victor's painful battle of what it takes to accept Susie and Thomas's view and ultimately forgive Arnold. This is captured through the film elements of shot length and angle, music, voiceovers, and flashbacks.
Dad talks about that fire every day. He cried about it. He wished he could have changed it. He wished he hadn't run away. But you have to remember one thing, Victor. He ran back into that burning house looking for you. He did one good thing. He went back for you.
Everything in the world can fit inside this ball. It's all about magic, man. It's about faith.
The first 7 seconds of our clip is the trolley shot of Victor running away from the scene of the accident. The duration of the shot is setting us up for the emotional and physical journey that Victor is about to embark on.
Section 1. Quick Thinking.
In these 10 different shots, Indian tribal music is played for 14 seconds, which is the duration of all the shots put together. The music during the series of shots gets louder and faster, symbolizing the speed of Victor's thought process going on in his head, contemplating his view of his father. Another element that gives us the feel for the speed of Victor's thought process is the duration of each shot. The first shot is of fire and is for 3 seconds. The second shot is for 4 seconds and is of a frontal view of Victor's face. The length of these 2 shots is half of the time of the whole series. These 2 shots set us up for what it is going to be like in Victor's mind. After these 2 shots, the rest of the shots are only about 1 second each. The shots are alternating between a shot of Victor running and scenes from the house burning. The alternating shots and length of shots can show us that the thoughts in Victor's head are going fast. This shows us that he is battling with the internal conflict of how he views his dad. The fire shots are not from Victor's memories, but they are of what he is thinking about at that moment. Section 2. Susie's Talk.
Your dad talks about that fire every day. He cried about it. He wished he could have changed it. He wished he hadn't run away. But you have to remember one thing, Victor. He ran back into that burning house looking for you. He did one good thing. He went back for you.
In these shots, there is a voiceover of Susie talking about Arnold. This functions as Victor's conscience. Being Victor's foil, Susie reveals a different view of Arnold that Victor battles with. The shot of Victor as a kid helps us understand the built-up pain he had from his father leaving when he was a kid. It emphasizes the difficulty for Victor to forgive his father because he has held this pain for so long. All of these shots are of running, emphasizing pain. This correlates to the pain of Victor letting go of his built-up anger and ultimately forgiving his father, Arnold. Section 3. Arnold's speech.
Everything in the world can fit inside this ball. It's all about magic, man. It's about faith.
In this scene, the lighting is bright and central, contrasted with a dark background. It symbolizes uncertainty, that Victor can't be sure of the real truth of his father. The clear sky is symbolizing the clear thought and conclusion of what he believes. But faith is blind. Victor doesn't know the real truth, but now believing with faith, that Arnold mentions, that Arnold did love him without having any real evidence, that Arnold was a good person.
Section 4. Dark to Light. In this scene, we see an opening shot of Victor's feet, emphasizing the long journey that he has traveled physically and mentally. Next, we see Victor starting to give in to his pain through his increased facial expressions of pain and his body posture. In the shot after this, it is a faraway shot of Victor, thus making him appear small in the frame. Victor's size in the frame symbolizes how small he is now compared to his ability to hold his grudge against his father. This is his breaking point in his ability to forgive his father. In this scene, there is a dramatic shift between night and day. Victor running from night to day symbolizes Victor's progression from hating his dad to forgiving his dad.
Section 5. Reconciliation. The last shot of this scene is Victor's final reconciliation with his father. After his painful journey and battling his past, Victor ends up collapsed on the road. The shot angled down on Victor shows his vulnerability at this moment. At this time, Victor visualizes his father as a previous image from one of Thomas's stories. This reveals that Victor now accepts to see his father through the eyes of Thomas, that he was a good and caring man.
Through the use of music, shot length and angle, voiceover, and flashbacks, the producers were able to capture Victor's thought process. The focus on Victor's thought process is important to the movie as a whole because it shows us, the audience, Victor's process of battling with his internal conflict, which is how he perceives his dad, which is the main focus of the movie. A theme that can be taken from these series of shots is that forgiveness is a painful process. Through all the elements we analyzed, we were able to display how painful forgiveness was for Victor.